Welcome back to channel everyone. In this video I'm going to talk about how you can automatically add multiple users to your SharePoint groups using Power Automate. I have a SharePoint list with the name of users group, and what I want, every time I add new user to this specific list, based on this department, user will be added to specific groups, right? And I have created two groups. One is HR and one is finance, and as of now I am the only person who is part of these groups. And based on this HR and finance group, I have created a document library which is user data, and I have created two folders. One is finance and one is HR, and both the folder has unique permission of finance group and HR groups. So ultimately what I want, my organization's finance user can only see this finance folder, and HR people can only see the content inside the HR folder, and that will be divided based on the HR and finance group, and user will be automatically added from this SharePoint list whenever there is a new entry, right? And this SharePoint list you can either directly import a Excel sheet, or either you are getting the data from the external sources. That's up to your requirements. And in the user group list, I have email column which is single line of text, user column which is person and group field, and department column which is single line of text. So let's just jump into Power Automate to see how we can create this. I'll go into my flow, create automated cloud flow. When a new item is created into SharePoint, flow name will be add users to group. Site address, I know my site, this is the dev site, and list name will be users group. And next thing what I'm gonna do is a control condition, and I'm gonna choose a value that is when department is equal to HR. So either you can put HR or finance, because if that is not HR, it will be finance by default, because I have only two groups, right? And if department is equal to HR, write a HTTP, send HTTP request to SharePoint. Site address will be my dev site, because I'm performing the action into dev site. Method will be post method, and this URI will be, I have already created this structure, but this is the normal structure of underscore API / web / site groups and / users. And in the site group itself you can see there's a 6 written, so this basically means your site group's ID. So how can I get my site group's ID is, I'll go to my groups. Let's suppose this is the HR group, and in the top of the URL you can see the group ID is 33, and for finance I have group ID which is 34, right? Because the condition is if a department is equal to HR, then it will be 33, right? I have to add users to 33, and in the header section we'll write the normal syntax of for the JSON format. This is the standard header format for the JSONs, and in the body what I'm gonna write here is, there is two options. One is like you have to provide metadata, type is SharePoint user, and there you can see a login name, and this is the XYZclaims, and another one is login name. I have given a special format membership and then XYZclaims. So this XYZclaims means here I can put my person and group fields if I'm targeting if I have a person and group field, and if you are targeting a single line of text and you have emails as an input, then you can write this syntax for that one. So I'll just copy this first one, paste it here. I'll provide this into my description as well, so that you can pick it up from there as well. So in the XYZclaims, I'm gonna put users claim. So I don't have to put user display names. I'm gonna put user columns as in claims, right? So it will have everything's inside that. And save this one. So this way it will pick the user column value and put that person's email inside the HR folder, HR groups. And if the department value is not equal to HR, then in my case it will be finance. So for that, I'm also gonna write the same HTTP request. Same step I have to perform. Dev method is post. URI will be again this one, and here the ID will be 34 because I'm writing this to my finance group. And right, and now in the body one, I'm gonna copy the second metadata formula, which is this one, and here the type is same SP.User. Login names, what I'm including is I:0 hash.f, and then the membership XYZclaims. In the XYZclaims, I'm gonna put the name of my email field rather than the user field. So this is the single line of text, and in this case it will pick the value from my emails column. So as you can see, I have a email column which is single line of text and a user column which is person and group field. So even if you are working with single line of text as an email, you can have the second workaround, which is this one. And if you are working with the person and group field, I have already shown you that how you can use the users claims, right? Just a small difference and it will work for you. Now just save your flow. I'll go to my list now and try to create a few entries here. So what I'll do is I'll create a new entry. In the email field, I'll just put the email, and in the user field, I'll just type the names. So this user field will use claim, and this will use a simple email. And the department I'm going to put is HR, right? And I'll try to create one more entry here. And the department will be finance. I'll just save this and wait our flows to run. As you can see here, we have created two entries. So our flow ran 2 times and both the flow succeeded. So we'll go to our SharePoint groups and check if the new user had been added here or not. Now you can see there is one user has been added to finance, and the same should happen for HR as well. And one user has been added to HR as well. So that's the way. Either you are using with a single line of text, either you are using a person and group fields, you can add multiple users to your SharePoint scripts using Power Automate. And for your this specific SharePoint list, you can import data from either your Excel sheet or either from any of the external source or either from your emails as an attachment. So that's up to you. I hope you like this video. If you do like, don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you so much for watching.